Hello, welcome back. In this video, we will learn about the destructuring for the object and array. Alright, so before we go to the definition of destructuring, what does it mean? We will do an example. Okay, just create an example. Let's create a constant user equals an object. Okay, we define object. The first field is the ID with 1, and the no, not the name, full name equals John D, and maybe age 25. Okay, now you just want to get two fields, ID and the full name. How you can do that? I believe that you will do something like this. You create an ID and assign the value from the user IDs, and for the full name you create another full name variable and assign the value from the user full name, like this, right? So do something like this is right, but you can do this with less code, with just inline code, and you can do something like create an object with the ID. No, this is not object, this is destructuring object. Okay, you can create something inside the curly bracket with the same name with the fields inside the object. Okay, the first is the ID, and then the full name. Okay, and you need to define the template for it. With the ID is number, and the name, full name, is a string, and you can assign it directly by the user, like this. Okay, so let's try to bring the ID and the name, the full name. Okay, try to do something like this and run. Okay, 1 and Johnny. Very good, right? So by using the destructor, when you work with the React.js for creating some view in React.js, we haven't learned about the view, but I just show you an idea so you can understand why we need to use this. Okay, in a real project, when we create a view, we need to define props, okay, properties for the view. Okay, you need to define something like this: interface, maybe the user props, and in the user prop we have the ID is the number, we have the full name is the string, right? And you create a user component, which is a view, is okay, a constructor to do the view. Okay, you do something like this, and inside the body of the component we will return something like view. You return some view like this. Okay, and we use the property like the name, full name, like the ID, something like this. And for shorter, we normally do something like add the destructor object like ID name, like this, full name and this is user props. Okay, so by doing this, we will create a short way to define the props that the component using, and define the variable parameters from the thing we pass into the user component, and use it as parameters like this. Okay, alright, so that is the destructuring for object. So how we use the destructuring for the array? By the array, we don't use the curly bracket, we use the square. Okay, the square brackets. And for example, we have a constraint for the color arrays. Okay, this is a string arrays, and we initialize this array: red, blue, and green. 3 colors for all the colors, right? Okay, so when you want to get the red and blue, normally you will do something like this. Constant, the first is the color index 0, like this, right? And the second is the color 1, right? But if you want to get by using destructuring for the array, we can do something like this, using the square bracket, and define the first and the second as a string array, and assign it by the color arrays like this. Okay, so let's log the first and the second. Okay, so now you see we have red and blue here from the array. Very simple and very short way, right? Okay, and this will be used in many times when we work with the React.js. For example, you can create a counter component like this, and in the counter you create a count and a set count function. Okay, the count is a number, and the set counter is the function. Set value is a number, and this function is a void. Okay, and this is use state. Use state is the hook. In React.js, we will learn about this hook in some next video. Okay, and in the view we can use the count, and we can use the set count for some trigger from the button, and maybe from some other component that we can interact it with. Okay, so that is the destructuring for the array. Okay, I think that's all for this video, and please don't worry about the knowledge. Just I want you just familiar with these syntax and these context, so we can learn more, we can do more via the examples, so you can get more better understand. Okay, just don't worry. So that's it for this video, and if you have any question, please comment below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.